So this episode was actually really good. Like I went in kind of like expecting to be let down a little bit, not gonna lie. I really enjoyed this episode, and like the last several, it really picked up in the second half. Hope you all enjoyed this review. Subscribe if you're new. Busting rhymes on you for more content, of course. That being said, we're going to talk about the latest episode of Super. So in the beginning of the episode, Goku is just bodying freaking Jiren. He's taking it to him, dodging his hits, no difficulty, no questions asked. Jiren is taking it. So pause. Anyways, moving on from that, Jiren was like, nah, this ain't about to happen. He literally remembers his trauma, according to Vegeta, and just gets furious and in a rage, powers up. And you know stuff is serious when the shirt rips off. His shirt does rip off. Jiren goes basically full power again, and his power went up a lot, and Jiren is able to match Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku, aka just Ultra Instinct Goku, from this moment on without any difficulty. They're going blow to blow. Of course, I don't want to say with no difficulty, because, I mean, of course, I'm sure it's difficult for both of them, but he's not getting bodied anymore. You know, they're going blow for blow. And ultimately, throughout that, we get the narration that basically Goku realizes that he's not on his own. He has the support of his friends. He realizes that that is the only strength that is keeping him going. Well, the main strength that's keeping him going, to be more specific. And that is how he got to the position that he's at from the beginning. They even cut back to Dragon Ball and all of that. And Jiren basically hits Goku with that hit line, you know, the line that he gave to Hit. What rubbish. And he's pissed at that. Jiren can't fathom that a friendship can fuel strength, that friendships and relationships can fuel Goku's strength. He says that type of strength is easily, erased. And from there, Jiren goes full, anti-hero, is what I'll say, bordering, teetering on the line of being a villain, and actually tries to strike the Universe 7 team sitting on the spectator seats. He literally tried to blow them up. And Goku went over there and stopped it. I mean, I'm just like, well, all the other gods are sitting right there too, so I guess. But nonetheless, he did try to do that. And to me, that was like, oh, Jiren has totally lost his composure. And I couldn't help but remember that cool, calm, collected Jiren from earlier on in this tournament, and the fact that he is nothing like that anymore. Jiren is not that cool, overwhelmingly confident character anymore. He knows that there's a very real chance he will lose. He's also facing a massive culture shock because he's being faced with stuff that he didn't even know was basically possible, right? Because he's had to live his whole life basically with that all-for-one mentality, one for all. Where, speaking of all for one for all, shout out to My Hero. Love that anime. Anyways, no, but he's lived with that mentality his whole life, ever since the tragedies of his childhood, where it's like, I'm the only one that matters. My strength is absolute. That's the only thing that matters, is strength in this world, which to a degree, I mean, he ain't wrong. I mean, if you just kind of substitute the word strength with money, I mean, money rules all. So, he's not wrong to a sense, but to a point, but that's just the way he's lived his life. And when you look at it from that type of a level, that philosophical type of level, it makes sense. And I understand that he's confronted with something. It's like, bro, how is that even possible? So he totally loses his cool, his temperament and everything. He is just totally out of it. And Goku says, you know what? I don't want to be a hero. I don't consider myself a hero of justice or anything. And I'm like, oh, you don't, huh? Man, was that a knock at the, original Funimation Dragon Ball Z dubs? I am the hope of the universe. And I was like, yo, Goku cutting all the way back there, huh? In all seriousness, I don't think it really was, but that was just funny to me that he was like, he said like a warrior of justice or hope of the universe or something like that. Some little corny line like that is what he said. It's late, so I don't remember the exact thing. And to be honest, I didn't take notes. So he did say that, but he's like, you know what? Regardless, even if I don't consider myself a hero, anybody that would basically threaten my friends, I don't like. And he took it to Jiren. And from this moment on, Jiren went down. Like, there was no more Jiren. He got bodied, and it was over. And one thing that was really cool that I noticed, and I had to rewind just a little bit before this, Jiren was firing ki blasts at Goku, and Goku literally was like using ki blasts. I want to say like Kamehamehas, but they were super small, like compressed into ball format, and it was like he was using those to skate, basically to slide and skate on Jiren's attacks to dodge them. I was like, yo, that was about the most freaking awesome thing I have ever seen in Dragon Ball, ever. Basically what he, I want to say Kamehameha actually, because it's basically what he did to Kefla when she tried to hit him, and she was like, oh, you can't dodge this, you know what I'm saying? And he slides on it with the Kamehameha and just bam, right in your face. Pause. Anyways, so basically he did that to Jiren. He was able to do that. That was awesome. Like, he did it to several of Jiren's attacks. But in all seriousness, this is where things get kind of different. Goku overwhelmingly has the victory. And you know what? I was like, Goku actually stands over Jiren. Jiren's completely down. Goku's still in his UI form. And at this point, he's got this energy blast in his hand. And I'm like, in all seriousness, the way it looked, because I haven't looked at any spoilers, it looked like Goku was about to give Jiren his energy. Like, it was very illuminating of a light, a yellowish light, goldish light, I guess. Very illuminating. It didn't look like it was going to be like a blast he was going to send at Jiren to eliminate him. Let me know if anybody else thought that, but I kind of thought that he was going to give Goku or Jiren some energy to get him up and, get him going. And whether he was or wasn't really the case, because immediately before he could do whatever he was going to do, which whenever he cocked back, it kind of looked like it was going to be an attack, to be honest. But either way, what happened from there was he lost UI, and he had to pay the ultimate price. He is crippled. You can see the black lightning, which I don't really think there was really black lightning. There could have been there, black lightning, CW. Anyways, you could see that, but, it just, the toll of that amount of godly power. Whis was like, I didn't think it would be this great, this type of backlash for using that power. So that brings up a question. Whether Goku has actually mastered Ultra Instinct to where he can use it in and out, and you're supposed to get that recoil damage because you're not supposed to stay in that form for as long as he did, which in all seriousness couldn't have been more than 35, 40 seconds. This whole episode takes place in less than that amount of time, I'd imagine. So that being said, if he's mastered it, but you're supposed to get that, or if he hasn't actually mastered UI and, he's not able to avoid that recoil damage, if that makes sense, because if that's a thing that will always be associated with Ultra Instinct, going forward in this series, in movies, other media, this will be like basically like Kaioken. Remember when Goku used Blue Kaioken for the first time and he had the delayed ki onset, and, even before the ki onset, after he used it against Hit, his body was basically just done. He couldn't do anything. He was out, right? So they wound up making it to where he could use that form and spam it, and I really didn't like that. But if this turns into what that technically was in theory, where it's like if he uses this for too long or uses it too often, there's immense damage back to him physically, then that would be very interesting to me going forward, because it means he would not be reliant on this form as often. Because what happened with Blue Kaioken going forward after that is he just used it over and over and over and over and over, and I just thought that would be a thing that he just wouldn't really use that much, right? So let me know your thoughts in regards to whether he mastered it and that was supposed to happen, or if he didn't master it, and when he does technically master Ultra Instinct, that won't happen anymore. Because, in all seriousness, it doesn't make a lot of sense for Goku to ascend to this level in all of 40 minutes, or whatever it's been from the start of the Tournament of Power, and all of, 15, 20 minutes since he first achieved Ultra Instinct Omen, right? So I don't think it's reasonably been enough time for him to truly master it, but that's just my headcanon, because they didn't say so. Ultimately, from there, we get another really big, switch. Android 17 was there the whole time. Wow, that took a lot of... I like that. I like 17 that he's still there. But that took a lot of, tension away from me. Like, on a rewatch of the series, I'm not going to even care that he supposedly blows up, because it's like, oh, yeah, he's just chilling. He's there. That type of thing, I guess. We knew Frieza was there, but that was a shock. I was shook when I saw 17. So 17 was still there, and it seems that in the next episode, they're gonna go ahead and have to buy Goku some time. And next episode, I believe, is the last episode of the series. So Jiren got bodied. He was about to be done. Belmont told him, "Hey, make sure you knock out Goku. He's down. He's down. Finish him off." You know. And Jiren looked at him like, that's disgraceful, but I'm sorry, I got to do it. And next week, a depowered Jiren is going to have to fight Goku in base form, it looks like, alongside 17 and Frieza in Golden, and then Frieza in final form. So it'll be interesting. So anyways, hope you all enjoyed this. Subscribe if you're new. Let me know in the comments your favorite part of the episode, and I'll be in there. Leave a like if you made it to the end of the video. Let's hit a like goal of 400 on this video for that Ultra Instinct hype. I'll catch you on the next one. Take it easy, guys.